Hey guys.
It's Mundane Miracle Monday. As you can see, if you're a watcher, it is Christmas.
Christmas time is here.
And this is our tree. For the audio-only listeners, we are sitting in front of our Christmas tree.
So a week from today is Christmas. So we're not going to post on that day, obviously. We're not going to post a podcast. So this is our Christmas episode that you guys can enjoy today or on Christmas Day, whenever you want to watch it. So we're going to be talking about Christmas traditions and our favorite Christmas songs, our least favorite Christmas songs, and just everything Christmas.
And some janky memories.
Yeah, true.
Can I kick us off?
Yes.
I have a memory.
She's been dying to tell this,
I
guess.
have. Because there was one year, it was the year that I lived in North Carolina, we did a bunch of Christmas activities together. Because obviously. And one night we were going to see Christmas lights, and Erica texted me while we were getting ready, and she was like, make sure to dress warm. And I was like, okay. And I just was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm just going to dress how I want to dress because we're going to be in the car anyway. It doesn't matter. Because we were going to like a drive-through lights show. So they picked me up. And it was the whole family, so all of us were in the minivan, and we drove to this little town with drive-through Christmas lights. And little did I know that when you partake in the Simon Christmas tradition of drive-through lights, they open the van doors. So we're driving through these neighborhoods with the doors open. So you're basically in an open-air vehicle. I was so cold. And Erica was like, I told you to dress warm. I was like, how was I supposed to know we were going to be in the car with the doors open? Who does that? But honestly, what a great memory. That was so fun.
I know. And we blast Christmas music and sing.
And we went to Wendy's afterwards. And we were there for like a long time. And then an ambulance pulled up for like with their lights on and everything. Like, I don't know what was going on. But I can't remember if it was Rachel or Vanessa. But one of the little girls said, something's always happening wherever we go. It was so funny. While we were driving through the Christmas lights with the doors open, I made Rachel sit on my lap because I was so cold and I didn't dress warm like Erica told me to. But isn't that the story of our lives? We're always doing things. Erica always tells us some wise counsel and we never listen to her. And then we're always so like, real. We should have listened to Erica.
That's what I love about North Carolina Christmas, because there's this place called Christmas Town where the whole neighborhood, like, I almost said dresses up. The whole neighborhood is basically like required to put up lights and decorate, and it's free because it's just a neighborhood. It's not like going to like a Christmas light show, but it's a free light show. But it kind of is like going to a Christmas light show. Yeah, it's just everyone participates. They do their own thing. And you can either walk around or drive around, and then they have a place that sells like food and hot chocolate, and it's just like a big like family event. And sometimes it took really long to get in there. Like, we would be in bad traffic forever.
Yeah, we were in bad traffic. I forgot about that.
It was like probably an hour and a half of just waiting to even get to the place. But it's so worth it. It's free. So
yeah, that's why it's an hour and a half wait.
Yeah.
It's fun to like compare. I mean, this is gonna sound bad, but it's fun to like compare the houses next to each other to be like, oh wow, that person really got into it, or like
that person was lazy.
Yeah, like, okay, that's not really my style.
Another fun tradition that my family had was on Christmas Eve we would each get to open one present, and on Christmas Eve we would also go see Christmas lights. So we would drive around either like the neighborhoods that decorate, or we would go to like the light shows or whatever, but that was just our tradition. Christmas Eve was like its whole thing on its own, and usually we would have like a good dinner either on Christmas Eve or on Christmas, depends, like ham and mashed potatoes and all that, which sounds classics. Delicious right now.
The thing about my family is that we don't have any traditions. When we were all little, we had some traditions, but like as we grew up and we moved around a lot, so we couldn't really like keep traditions alive. But one time my dad tried really hard. He was like, this is going to be a tradition. I was 13. I had just turned 13. So that'll tell ya. But my dad was like, on Christmas Eve, he was like, he got some sparkling grape juice And he made us all sit down as a family. He poured everybody a glass of sparkling grape juice, which none of us like. And then he was like, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch the Nativity movie. And the three of us teenagers were like, we're going to do what? And my dad was like, this is going to be our new family tradition. We're going to sit down together as a family. We're going to watch the Nativity movie. Da, 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 da.
Wonder how long that lasted.
Literally, that was the first and last time. We never did it again. It was funny. We still talk about that and how, like, if you try to force something, it ain't going to happen.
That's so true.
Do you have any bad Christmas memories? Like, okay. Like, not bad, but just like, wow, this is crazy. I can't believe this happened. Should I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
So one of my favorite memories to tell people, it makes a lot of people feel really bad for me. And that's why I like to tell it.
Oh my gosh.
I was 12. So it was the year before the Nativity Christmas. I was 12. It was our last Christmas in Chicago. We knew we were getting ready to move. So we knew it was our last Christmas in Chicago with our extended family. And I had asked for an iPod. Everybody, all the cousins in my family, except for the youngest two, everybody had iPods. And I was like, I didn't even listen to that much music, but I was like, man, I really want an iPod. Like, obviously, you're 12. You want an iPod. So I put it on my Christmas list, and I really, really wanted it. And I was like, I really think that my grandparents will get me an iPod. Like, I was convinced. So on Christmas morning, we as a family had our own little Christmas, and then we went to my aunt and uncle's house with the rest of the family, and we were all opening presents. And my cousins, my two little cousins who didn't have iPods, they had gotten iPod shuffles for Christmas. And I was like, oh man, they got iPods. That must mean I'm gonna get an iPod. And so my grandma handed me a gift. We were like taking turns. She handed me one of my gifts, and I opened it. It was from her. And I opened it, and it was an iPod case. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was so excited, and I was like, I think that I opened this accidentally first, and the iPod is coming. I was so excited. Gosh. My grandma looks at it, and she goes, oh, does that have your name on it? And I said, yeah. And she said, that's for Colby, which is my younger cousin who got an iPod shuffle that morning.
That's terrible.
And then it gets worse. A few presents later, I open up a SanDisk MP3 player.
At least it was SanDisk.
I could not believe my eyes. I was looking at it, and my grandma goes, oh, will that case fit on that? And I said, no. The MP3 player was this long. It was like 3 or 4 inches long, and the iPod shuffle was a square.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not gonna fit. And she was like, yeah, it was for Colby.
Isn't
that crazy?
Yeah, that's favoritism if I ever saw it.
Yeah, so I never got an iPod. I never had an iPod. Just went straight to the iPhone.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's very sad.
I know.
Now the whole world's gonna feel bad for you.
Yeah, as they should.
Well, I wanted an iPod, obviously.
Yeah, everybody did.
And my dad had this thing where he could find the cheapest dupe before dupes were a thing.
Literally. My parents were so good at that too.
Like, where did you find this from? I have no clue. But I still to this day have it. But it was this little, like, it was like touch screen, but it was an MP3 player.
Yeah.
It wasn't an iPod.
Yeah.
And it's not even SanDisk. It's not even like any name brand.
Yeah.
It's like
off the black market.
Yes, literally. And it's just a little thing, and it was the best thing ever in my eyes.
Yeah. And
yeah, I did get an iPod shuffle one year from somebody. I don't remember, maybe it was my grandma, I'm pretty sure. But that was after I got the MP3 player. But my dad also was able, when Heelys were a thing.
Ooh.
My dad was able to find the cheapest Heelys. I don't know if this was for Christmas or my birthday. They're only 2 weeks apart, so who knows. But they were hideous. Let me just tell you. I was a tomboy, so I didn't really mind it. But like all the girls from church and everything had like the name brand pink and white Heelys. And these things were dark blue and orange and so busted. Like literally you could see the glue from them being glued together. And I think Heelys back then were like $60 probably.
Yeah, which was insane for kids' shoes back then. That was
insane. And I think he got these for like 25, maybe even 15. It might have been 15. But yeah, so I don't know. He found the way to find the cheapest dupes he could, and it made me happy because you just
wanted the wheels.
I just wanted it. Yeah. But that same MP3 player, I got in trouble because you could listen to for the Gen, what's under Gen Z?
Gen Alpha.
Yeah. So for the Gen Alphas that are listening, if there's any.
Yeah, because Catherine's sisters listen.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
You used to be able to listen to like radio stations on like a little MP3 player.
And a radio station is no, I'm not gonna explain it. That I hated when people did that to me when I was little.
You couldn't just like go to Spotify. You couldn't even like really download songs. You had to download songs off of a like thing that gave you viruses online and everything.
They probably don't even know what a virus is on a computer.
I'm not going to go into detail, but yeah, you could listen to the radio stations on the MP3 player. And so I would listen to like 95.1, which in the Charlotte area is the main like pop music station. And I was young, like probably 12, 13, I don't know. And my dad found out I was listening to that, and I literally got in trouble because we weren't allowed to listen to secular music and stuff. So I got in trouble for listening to that. But like, I wanted to hear Lady Gaga. I wanted to hear Teo Cruz. Is that his name? No, Sean Cruz. What is his name? That's Are You Down, 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 Down.
I don't know nothing about that.
I feel like that was on replay on the radio back then. Anyways.
I wasn't allowed to listen to the radio.
So, yeah.
I mean, I can tell you a time when Ariel and I got busted for listening to the radio. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like during Christmas or anything, but I was probably like 6 at the oldest. And we were in our basement. And we had a computer down there, and so we were on the computer. I think I was like playing with my Barbies or something, and Ariel was on the computer. And then there was a radio on the computer desk, and so she had the radio on. And Ariel had a friend that lived, or her grandma like lived across from us, and so she was over there a lot. So Ariel met her, and like they were the same age, and so they played together a lot. But that girl wasn't churched. And so she went to public school and like all that stuff, and so obviously she was going to show Ariel things that we didn't even know about. So that included a secular radio station. And so Ariel had the radio station playing, and Britney Spears was on, and my mom just happened to come downstairs at that time when Oops, I Did It Again was playing. I remember this so vividly. And Ariel was kind of like singing along. And my mom was like, "What are you listening to?" And Ariel was like, I looked at her like, "I'm not doing nothing. I'm just sitting here with my Barbies." But we got in so much trouble. My mom immediately turned it off, and she was like, "You guys cannot listen to that." And we didn't know why. Like, if I was 6, Ariel was 10. Like, we are not going to know why. We're like, who knows? But
they
anyway.
acted like it was like selling your soul.
Literally, like the devil was going to inhabit our bodies if we listened to Britney Spears.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was crazy. What's your favorite Christmas memory?
Like a specific memory or a tradition?
Memory.
Probably would go way back to when I was really young. I don't really.
Those are the best times.
Yeah. Before you know anything, what's going on.
And the Christmas magic is real.
Yeah. Actually, I have a funny story. So, when I was in public school, it was only kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade, but I was raised to not believe in Santa. So, I knew that Santa wasn't real, but the kids in my class didn't know that. So, what did I do?
Oh, no.
I would tell them, like, Santa's not real. And I didn't know I wasn't supposed to say that. But, like, I literally look at them like, "You really believe that?" And I'm in, like, freaking 2nd grade. And I'm over here just like, "You don't know Santa's not real?" And, yeah, so I knew he wasn't. But they would always give out, like, reindeer food. And it was, like, oatmeal with glitter. And you're supposed to put it on the grass so it, like, attracts the reindeers to come to your house.
That's funny. But really, it'll just attract bugs. My mom would have never let me do that.
I mean, it was just dry oatmeal.
Yeah.
Like, just oats. But yeah, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So even though I didn't believe in it, I still did it. And I put the oats and the glitter out in my yard.
Aww.
And it, like, glows. It's cool. It, like, shines off. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
But I think part of me was, like, waiting to see if I heard reindeers clacking on the roof.
I also was raised not to believe in Santa, but there was one year when I was like, I told my mom, I just want to pretend to believe in Santa Claus for this year.
You are such a cute kid.
I was probably 4 or 5.
Just pretend to
I
believe.
just want to pretend to believe in because the kids in my Sunday school class believed in Santa, and
Yeah.
I felt like I was like left out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, Mom, I'm just gonna pretend to believe in Santa Claus, okay? I want to put out milk and cookies. I wanted to sleep by the fireplace on Christmas Eve because Santa comes down the fireplace, right? He comes down the chimney. So she drew the line at that because my parents always wrapped presents on Christmas Eve and then put them under the tree when we were sleeping. And so she was like, no, you can't sleep next to the fireplace. You're crazy. So, but she did let me put out milk and cookies, and my dad did like take some bites out of them, and I left carrots for the reindeer.
Oh, that's so cute.
And she like was so kind and like really let me do it because I remember sitting by the fireplace after I put the milk out, and I was like looking up the chimney, and my mom was like, you see anything yet?
That's so cute.
It was cute because she knew I didn't actually believe it, but she was just like, we'll make it happen for 1 year.
Aww. Little Mariah. Your stories of you young are so cute. But I also remembered about the telling kids Santa wasn't real.
Yeah.
I actually got in trouble by a teacher.
I bet you did.
Yeah. And
That's a serious
she
offense.
was actually very nice about it, but she pulled me aside and she told me, I think she told me that like she doesn't really she's like, I don't believe in Santa either, or something, like, I don't know, basically trying to like comfort me.
Yeah.
But also tell me like some kids believe in Santa and you don't want to like,
we're just going to keep
like,
it to ourselves.
yes, like
Yeah.
basically like she was very nice. I do
Yeah.
remember that. She was nice about it. And it's probably because she realized that obviously my parents taught me
Yeah.
there's no Santa, but they didn't teach me how to like keep that to myself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I do. It's crazy that I have memories of being so young. Christmas time has always been my favorite time.
Yeah.
I think everybody probably, like,
Yeah, unless you've had some really traumatic times.
yeah. I mean, I've definitely had some traumatic times for Christmas too, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to get into that, but I'm sure everybody has here or
Yeah.
there. Yeah, so,
What about songs? What are your favorite Christmas songs?
okay, my favorites, they're classics. They're not anything different. They're songs that you'll hear 1,000 times.
You don't have to justify it. Just tell us.
Okay, well, All I Want for Christmas Is
Aw.
You. That
The Justin
song-
Bieber version?
Well, that too.
Yeah.
There's just like nothing like the feeling that song gives.
I
And
think that's why it's so popular and
Yeah.
why it's like such an iconic, like even like a cultural moment
Yes.
now. Like as soon as Thanksgiving is over, Mariah Carey defrosts, and
Yeah.
we all know that joke, and it's just like a universal thing.
yeah. And it's something that you can just blast out your windows and people sing along. I mean,
Yes.
that happened with us.
Yeah.
And then Mistletoe by Justin Bieber, which, let me just add, the whole Christmas album by Justin Bieber
It is the one.
is every song.
True.
But Mistletoe, that will get every girl from the ages of like probably 15 to like 35. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
that
because
wide
we-
of a range.
we either girls are going through their Justin Bieber phase right now, or
We
we
did
all
when
went
we were
through
15,
when we were 15.
and it's still just like, it's just that song makes you feel that, just the whole Christmas album makes you feel like a kid again. And then I always think of Mean Girls, but Jingle Bell Rock is definitely, because again, who's not gonna sing along? Who's not gonna dance to that?
Who's not gonna jingle bell rock to that song?
Oh, but yeah, those are my top 3. What's yours?
Okay, wow, that's so funny actually, because we went total opposite.
Of course.
And I think that this is truly a reflection of who we are as people. Because my favorite Christmas songs are Winter Snow by Audrey Assad. Do you know that song?
I don't think I know that one, but there is one by her that I like.
Yeah. Breath of Heaven. Do you know that song?
A breath of heaven.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Silent Night. I know that one's like cliche, but honestly, I
So
always get
calm.
choked up.
This does show our personalities completely.
Yeah. I was actually, oh my gosh, this is actually so embarrassing. Ariel and our friend and I went to see that new, like, nativity movie that has that kid from the Zombies movie in it. I don't remember. Oh, I think it's called Journey to Bethlehem. It just came out. So we went to see it in theaters. And it's really, really, really corny, but it was like fun to watch and it was kind of cute. But like I got this is so embarrassing. I got emotional during like when Mary was in labor and like then she gives birth to Jesus and like they're playing Silent Night in the background or like somebody's singing it or something, and I was like getting emotional because it really like it makes it like personal and real when you see it on a screen. You're like,
Yeah.
wow, Jesus really did that.
I know.
He really was a baby. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
And Silent Night always just like makes me tear up like that because it just makes you realize like, wow, God really came down in flesh as a baby, and that's crazy.
Yeah. Two complete different spectrums
For
over here.
sure. But the same spectrum.
So what are your least favorites?
Okay. I don't even have to look at my list to know my least favorites. Okay, I don't know if this is in any particular order. I hate these songs. I hate all of these songs with an equal fiery passion. Number 1, Blue Christmas. I'm sorry, Elvis Presley, but that song did not need to be made.
How does that go?
I'll have a blue Christmas.
Yeah, that's like
without you. And then the girls in the background are going, ooh, ooh. It's so annoying. And it gets stuck in my head.
imagine
Awful.
the like ladies who were obsessed with him when they
Yeah.
were teenagers. They probably think that about us
Probably.
with Justin Bieber.
You're probably so right. Yeah, so that's my number 1 enemy during Christmas. And then I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. We were singing that in the kitchen earlier. I hate that song. It doesn't make any sense. It
No.
doesn't make any sense. Why would anybody want a hippopotamus for Christmas? Do you know what a hippopotamus is? It's one of the most dangerous animals in the world.
And why that of all things?
A hippopotamus? I think that we need to reevaluate that song.
I think we need to take it off the playlist.
Wipe it. That song, over, canceled.
Mhm.
And last but not least, definitely not least, Dominic the Donkey.
What is that?
Dominic the Italian Christmas Donkey.
I don't know what that is.
Count yourself blessed.
Yeah. I guess I am.
It's literally a song about a Christmas donkey, and he goes, ee-ah, ee-ah.
Wait, I've definitely heard that.
It's so obnoxious.
But at least that's not probably too often you hear that, is it?
I mean, if you play like the Christmas radio station that's local, they
It
play it
plays
a
that?
lot. Yeah. I always
Wow.
turn it off. What about you? What are your least favorite Christmas songs? It'll be interesting to see how far the pendulum swings.
I know.
Oh, but Silent Night is going to be on your list.
I was thinking that. I was like, what if our favorites and our least favorites like are
the same.
So my first one, it's first for a reason. These songs are songs I will be okay if I never hear again. Santa Baby. I cannot stand this song. And the thing is, it's so catchy. So
yeah, it always gets stuck
I'm
in
going to
your
sing
head.
it because it's stuck in my head, but I hate it.
Yeah.
I literally hate that
It's
song.
yucky.
I've always hated that song. Get that song out of here. And then the second one is I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, I don't like that one either.
Oh, that is also so catchy, but it's
Yeah.
so annoying. And it's just stupid. And I think it doesn't need to be sung. And then I also put I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh my god.
That's why I was singing it. I was like, I had it stuck in my head just from writing it down.
I get
So
it.
those 3 songs can get written off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
And I have a bonus one.
I have a bonus one too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that I dislike the song, and it's not that I want this off the face of the planet. It's just this song is so sad. It's Christmas Shoes.
Oh no.
It's so sad.
It is sad.
But I can't even, I just had to add it because I had to talk about it. That song and the movie. Did you see the movie?
Oh yeah.
So sad.
So sad.
So every time I hear that song, it just makes me so sad, and that's why I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, it's a really sad song.
What's your bonus one?
Now I have to look up what it's called. I can describe it to you. It's the Josh Groban song from Polar Express. It's called Believe.
Is it just because you hate the Polar Express?
No, it's because I hate the song theologically.
Oh.
Because it says, believe in what your heart is saying. Hear the melody that's playing. There's no time to waste. There's so much to celebrate. Believe in what you feel inside and give your dreams wings to fly. You have everything you need if you just believe. And when I was a kid, I was like, that will send people straight to hell. I was like, Josh Groban, how could you? I hate that song.
Oh my god.
I was like a little Christian girl back then.
Yeah.
I still am.
Yeah.
And I still hold to that. I think that's terrible. But like, it's not his fault, and it's not supposed to be a theologically sound song.
Yeah, and it's from the Polar
It's
Express,
from the Polar
not
Express,
the Passion.
right? It's not from the Nativity movie.
Not the Journey to Bethlehem. What Christmas is all about.
Do you have any favorite Christmas movies, like things that you have to watch?
That's a good one.
Thank you. Things that you have to watch, or else you feel like it's not Christmas.
Elf.
Elf, 100%. Can you believe that movie's about to be 20 years old?
No, I refuse to believe
It's going to be 20 years old this year.
We're old.
And that just, I remember, do you remember the first time you saw Elf? Because I do. It is ingrained in my mind.
I don't know, because I loved that movie so much that I've seen it so many times. So I really don't remember.
I remember we were at our friend's house watching the movie on DVD. And we thought, like, we did not have high hopes for the movie because it was Will Ferrell. And so we were like, it's probably going to be really crude. And like, I mean, this was 20 years ago. I was 8 years old.
You were thinking about it if it's going to be crude.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about Josh Groban having a theologically unsound song. So we were like, and I remember my parents talking about it, like, they looked it up on Plugged In. Do you remember Plugged In? They looked it up on Plugged In to like make sure it was going to be appropriate for us to watch, whatever. So we did not go into it having high hopes. But I mean, all of us, our entire family and our friends that we watched it with, I don't think we've ever laughed so hard. It was so shocking, and we were so surprised at how funny it was. And it was just like such a reset for us.
Yeah.
And we watch it every year, and it still holds up. It's so funny.
Literally. I still
and
laugh
we
at
still
it like I'm a
quote it
kid.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Even my mom quotes it. Like, her favorite thing is, the code. She always says that.
I think like Home Alone is another. You gotta watch Home Alone.
I didn't grow up watching Home Alone because
Really?
it made my mom anxious.
Because of the robbers.
Because he made the house so messy, and that stressed my mom out, and she didn't want us to get any ideas.
Oh my gosh. That's
so,
insane.
Yeah, I didn't grow up watching that. So that's not like super nostalgic for me. But one of my movies that I have to watch every year is The Santa Claus.
I love the Santa Claus.
I love that movie. And I love the second one. The third one did not have to be made. But the second one.
It's usually the case.
Yeah.
With every movie ever.
Ariel and I quote that movie all year round too. Such a good movie. One of our family favorites is The Toy of Christmas. The Toy That Saved Christmas. It's a VeggieTales special, Christmas special. And it's, if you've never seen it, it's about a toy that gets saved.
Oh my gosh.
It's a toy that like is searching for the meaning of Christmas, right? So he like escapes from the toy factory, and the toy factory is like all of these. His toy name is called Buzzsaw Louie.
Oh.
And so he is the same as everybody else, like
Yeah.
there are many, many Buzzsaw Louies. And so he escapes from the factory because he needs to find the true meaning of Christmas, because this can't be it. The commercialization, the greed, all of that can't be it. And so he goes on a quest with Bob and Larry and Junior, find the true meaning of Christmas. And it's like such a classic for us. We watch it. We try to watch it every year. Sometimes it's hard to find because we used to have it on VHS, and then we got it on DVD, and then I don't know how we watch it now, but I hope somebody can figure it out.
You aren't traumatized from that movie?
Why would I be traumatized from that movie?
It sounds pretty crazy. A toy that got saved. Sounds out of this world.
It's VeggieTales.
Also, The Grinch Can't believe I almost forgot about the Grinch. Were you allowed to watch that?
No, we were not allowed to watch the Grinch. Well, we were allowed to watch the cartoon version.
Oh.
Like the classic.
Not the
Jim Carrey
Jim
version.
Carrey, yeah.
That was I remember one time, oh my gosh, this just unlocked a memory for me. I remember going to a friend's house. It was my friend's parents were having like a Christmas party, and so it was just a bunch of homeschool families getting together. And so all the kids went into the basement, and we were playing games, doing crafts, and then we were going to watch a movie. And they turned on the Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch. And I was panicking because I knew I wasn't allowed to watch this. You guys, I was 13, 14, maybe 15. I was definitely old enough to not care.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not allowed to watch this movie. I was freaking out. And I went upstairs and I told my mom, I was like, they're watching the Grinch downstairs. And she said, it's okay. And I was like, we're not allowed to watch that. And she was like, you're grown.
You're grown.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay. So I went back downstairs, but I didn't watch it. I didn't put my eyes on the television because I was like, we're not allowed to watch this.
So I guess we could just listen.
I think I brought a book because when I was a teenager, I brought a book everywhere because I thought I was Rory Gilmore, and I thought that people would think that I was so cool if I brought a book everywhere. So I'm sure I was reading in a corner instead of watching the movie.
Wow. That's crazy.
Sometimes I want to go back in time and just tell myself to loosen up.
I know, me too. Another family, like a movie that reminds me of like families. My family watching a movie together for Christmas was Jingle All the Way, which Mariah hasn't
never seen it.
Such a good movie. And I feel like that's like an underrated classic. Like a lot of people don't talk about it, or maybe even haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But that's a really good one, and that just reminds me of being a kid and watching it with my sister. We had our big old TV in the living room. We would watch movies, and yeah.
Have you ever seen The Holiday?
No, I don't think so.
Oh my gosh. That's one of our family favorites too. It's such a cozy movie.
Yeah, we definitely have to watch that.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Well,
what was your mundane miracle of the week?
Well, instead of sharing a mundane miracle from my own life, I want to share one that my mom told me. She didn't really tell me as if it was a mundane miracle. She was like, let me tell you this cool story in my life. And I was like, Mom, that was a mundane miracle. But she was at work not too long ago, and she wanted to buy, it was really slow, and she wanted to buy everybody that she works with some coffee. So she has to walk to a different building to get coffee. So she got everybody's coffee order, and then she just walked over there by herself to get coffee. And on the way, she was just praying, and she was like, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to get all these coffees back, but this was your idea. So I'm just trusting that you'll provide a way for me to get these coffees back, because she was going to have 8 coffees in her hand. And she really wanted one of her work best friends to be able to help her carry the drinks back. And so my mom got to the coffee shop, ordered the coffee, and then coming around the corner was her work best friend, and she was like, oh my gosh, you can help me take these coffees. And it was so cute. And she said that everybody was just so happy and so thankful, and she was like, it only cost me $20. And I was happier to give people coffee than to receive coffee. And I was like, that's so cute and such a fun little mundane miracle, because she wasn't sure. She was just praying, and she just listened to the Holy Spirit, go get these people coffee, and then that's what she did.
She's just so sweet.
She's cute.
Well,
what was your mundane miracle?
Me and Mariah were both just talking about how we haven't been able to sleep lately, through the night. We could go to sleep, but then we always just wake up, and it's hello, and we'll wake up multiple times, whatever. And wow, my posture, guys, don't mind that.
So bad too.
If you're listening, you can't see. Thank God.
Thank God.
Now we look huge. So the past couple nights, after talking about that, I've actually slept through the night both times. So yeah, that's why she's yawning. Her mundane miracle is yet to come. But yeah, I mean, I know, obviously, you never know what could happen. Tonight could be different, but it's my mundane miracle because at least I got my full night of sleep 2 nights. That's better than none.
Hopefully that will happen to me soon.
Yeah,
we're going to try to buy some tart cherry juice, see how that works, because TikTok told us to.
Exactly. Yeah, if you have any other natural remedies not melatonin or anything, like actual things like cherry juice, like other things you could drink or whatever that actually work for helping you sleep, let us know.
Please.
Because we really enjoy our full night's sleep, and when we're not getting that, it's hard to finish the day. But yeah, so
we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, and we will see you on New Year's.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Bye.